Hi, I'm Jonathan Metter, and we're here in PIKO-America Service Department to show you the basics of getting into a PIKO digital system. Lots of folks want the benefits and features of a digital system, but are a little bit afraid of the complexity of digital, and I hope we can show you that it's not that complicated and it's really pretty simple. So we'll start with the components that you need, and we start first with the power supply. That's a number 35020 transformer. That puts out a full 5 amps at 24 volts. It's the perfect power supply for your PIKO digital system. In fact, some people occasionally have difficulties, operating problems, and even some component damage using other power supplies. So we really strongly recommend this. It's reasonably priced and it's perfectly matched to your PIKO digital system. The next thing would be what we call the digital central station. You'll notice that it has clear plastic covers over it, and it has indicator lights on the top and a clear plastic cover on the back. The plastic covers are there just for kind of moisture or splash protection. This is an electronic device, and just like you wouldn't leave your stereo sitting outdoors in the weather, this needs to be protected from the weather as well. But it doesn't have to be out there right at your track. It can be mounted in an area where it's protected. The next big thing would be the handheld, what we call the Navigator Remote. And this is the item that you'll use to actually control your trains and your switches and other things as well. As it comes from the factory, it comes tethered with a little phone style cable that plugs in, and that's the way it comes. But a lot of people also like to make it wireless. But let's first show you how it is when it hooks up in the tethered mode. So we'll turn the central station around here and show you the connections. Alright, under the little cover on the back, we've got our track power connections, and all we need is 2 wires to the track, the red and blue wires, the little press connectors there. And we've got our little pigtail for the transformer to plug into. Again, the little press connectors, and we'll plug in our Navigator Remote. And when we plug in our transformer, the system will start off with a red light, and after a few seconds it checks itself out, and you'll see that red light turn to green. And then in just a moment after that, the Navigator Remote will power itself up, and everything will be good to go. Okay, as we mentioned, the most popular option with this that almost everybody wants is the wireless walk around, so we can get rid of the tether. So we're going to unplug our tether and get rid of that. We won't need that anymore. On the back of the remote, we're going to install 3 AA batteries, and you can use rechargeables, and the system actually will charge when it's tethered, or you can take them out and charge them. There we go. 3 AA's, and you'll use the function button just by holding down the F button to turn the Navigator on. And you can see the green screen. Of course, there's nothing for it to transmit to right now, so it's going to tell us that the RC is disabled. That's okay. To add wireless is very easy. You just need a PIKO 35022 wireless receiver. It comes with 4 little screws in the lid, and you'll need to remove those screws and plug in the digital cable. Actually, the cable is actually even labeled on the ends of the cable. It's the 4-wire cable, the smaller one, for digital operation. This wireless receiver can also be used with our analog throttle, but here we're using it for digital, so use the proper cable, the digital one. That plugs right in there, and then we reinsert the cover, make sure the wire is coming out of there nice and flat and the circuit board is all lined up, and install those 4 screws, and then we plug this in to the back of our central station where the Navigator was before. And again, the wireless receiver, this is an electronic device. It's splash protected, even sealed up along the edge where the wire comes out, but you want to put that under a little building on your layout where it can't get a rainstorm or sprinklers going right on it. You can put that ideally up in a fairly high location, so maybe on a mountain on your garden railroad, or up under the eaves of your house, somewhere where it's got good access, line of sight access. It also works around corners. In fact, you'll find that The system under best of conditions can get up to 300 feet range, which is fantastic. If you've got a garden railroad that's bigger than that, you got a great railroad. So anyways, we're ready to operate, and now we're ready to operate wirelessly, and we can turn on our Navigator and it will link up with the central station through the wireless receiver, and we're ready to go. Alright, we've seen how easy hookup really is, just plugging in and connecting the wires to the track. It's really that simple. We've got all the components. We've got a train on the track now, and this is a PIKO locomotive with the digital decoder built into it. Just a few words about digital. What we're doing with a digital system is we're sending a signal over the rails to the locomotive to tell it what to do, and we can send signals to different locomotives and tell each one individually what to do. Just kind of like sending a letter to your friend. You put the right address and it goes only to that address and is only received by that address. Other addresses don't get it. So when you only send a command to one locomotive, only that locomotive responds to that command. Every locomotive from PIKO comes from the factory set to address 3, and the system powers up with address 3, so you're good to go. No programming needed to run your first locomotive. We can turn on the sound, turn on the headlight. We've got our smoke going because there's power on the track all the time, and we can give a couple a ring of the bell and a couple of toots of the whistle. And we can't go far on this track, but at least we're on our way. One of the great things of digital operation is being able to run more than one train, even on the same track at once. So we've got our locomotive coming through here. And while that's operating, we can run all the features. And we can switch, and we've got another locomotive that's number 3. And we just punch that in.